So there's this guy, his name's Gavin and he's from Essex and he's gone on a date with this girl, Stacey, who's from Wales, and they decide they're going to meet up in London. So they bring along their best mates, Smithy and Nessa. The night goes well for Gavin and Stacey and they get down to business. And unexpectedly, Nessa and Smithy also get down to business. They say their goodbyes in the morning, but Gavin is so in love that he decides to drive to Wales to surprise Stacey. It's so romantic that they end up both saying the L word. So soon? Is this true romance? Stacey and Gavin have to get back to their normal life when they have a phone call that gets totally misinterpreted, leaving Stacey in tears. Gavin can't stand it, so yet again drives to Wales. Good job this was back in 2007, as petrol prices today are astronomical and it's nearly a 4-hour journey. Gavin clears things up with Stacey and meets the rest of the Welsh gang. Stacey then goes back with Gavin to stay at his. However, when she comes down at breakfast, she's wearing sunglasses, which leaves Gavin's mum Pam in a state of panic. Could her son have really hurt Stacey? Turns out Stacey just has a volcano-style pimple. We've all been there. Stacey then meets the whole Essex gang as they go to a pub quiz with drunker and drunker quizmaster Smithy. Stacey is going back to Wales on the train when Gavin jumps over the barrier to go ask her to marry him. This Donny moves quick! However, the proposal isn't the smoothest ever as police officers with guns turn up, but Stacey still says yes. Aw, young love. The Welsh gang are then invited to Essex to celebrate the engagement, and when they turn up slightly early and Pam still has the shopping bag, she claims she's gone vegetarian instead of saying she's not ready. At the celebration, Gavin and Stacey announce they're going to get married in just 6 weeks' time. Blimey, this relationship is on rocket speed.
All engine running. Lift off.
However, the announcement leads to Pam and Gwen going at each other with stereotypes about Barry Island and Essex, with my favourite line coming from Pam. In the end, Bryn resolves it all. Then Smithy and Nessa walk back in with mud all over themselves. Guess that means they've got down to business. They then all go to the wedding fair, followed by the shipments coming to Wales. Pam is still pretending to be vegetarian, which backfires horribly. They then go to test out the church and Gavin ruins the service. We then get to see the stag and hen do's, including meeting the famous Chinese Alan.
Someone ordered Chinese! Yeah!
Gavin then goes back to Wales and meets Stacey's brother Jace. And then it's revealed that something happened on a fishing trip between Jace and Bryn. And to save time, this comes up a lot and we still don't know what actually happened. So Ruth Jones and James Corden, you better have written this into the finale. Gavin then has a stag do evening with Bryn and Smithy, and on that night it's revealed Stacey has been engaged 5 times before. No one saw that coming, but it changes nothing and they get married. How lovely. The speeches though don't quite go to plan as Smithy gets too emotional to deliver his best man speech. We then get the reveal that Nessa's pregnant with Smithy's child. Gavin and Stacey go on their honeymoon and return to Pam and Mick holding up a huge banner in the airport. They then all meet up at the shipments and Nessa turns up with a lorry. Standard things really. They all go out for a meal and Smithy nearly fools us all.
Just a Caesar salad, thanks.
I'm joking! I'm having a steak!
Everyone slowly gets told Nessa's pregnant until finally Smithy gets told.
I'm pregnant and you're the father.
Which leads Smithy going AWOL. Gav, Mick and Bryn go to look for him and we get to see Smithy's sister on the journey and eventually find him at a driving range. Can't argue with his logic, golf always clears my mind. Life then goes back to normal and Pam says this to Stacey.
Funny Stacey, but you want to get a life. What you said just now was really boring.
Smithy and Gavin then go to Barry for the baby scan and Bryn has got a home gym. You know what that means, a workout montage!
Yeah, it's cool.
Anyway, the scan makes it all so much more real for Smithy and Nessa. Mick's then on telly, but it's a bit of a letdown. Gavin and Stacey go house hunting, but the results are horrifying. And we find out Nessa is a master at bowling. Smithy and Nessa get a KFC and it gets rather sexy. Which means more getting down to business. Stacey finally catches Pam out eating meat. It's Gwen's birthday, so Bryn throws her a surprise party. Bryn and Nessa give a performance of Islands in the Stream. We then get the bombshell news that Stacey is going to move home. Nessa is now a human statue. Smithy gets all the boys out to try and cheer up Gavin, and Stacey goes to the bingo, but they both miss each other so much that Stacey decides to move back to the shipments. Nessa then goes into labour and Smithy and Gavin race down to Wales but get stopped at a toll because they're missing 10p. The lady on the toll is a complete job's worth. Smithy does miss the birth but they're all so happy about baby Neil. We then get our first Christmas special and Nessa is Santa. They all go to the shipments for Christmas Eve and have a bit too much to drink and it ends in a fight with Dave getting sucker punched by Pete.
This is wonderful.
What a hit, son! Christmas goes more smoothly, Gavin gets a new job and moves to Wales. Neil gets christened and they get a group picture. Smithy and Rudy serenade Gavin down the phone with the best version of American Boy you've ever heard. I need to double check if that's on Spotify. Time for a takeaway, and Smithy orders the greatest takeaway order in history. I don't need to tell you what the order is because you already know it. Even non-Gavin and Stacey fans know the order. The takeaway leads to drinking and Nessa wakes up with Smithy. How will they feel about this? All the boys come down to Wales to see Gavin and baby Neil. Bryn comes on the night out and gets in a bad way. Stacey drops the bombshell to Gavin that she's been off the pill for a year and secretly been trying to get pregnant. The sneaky devil. Stacey and Gavin see a pregnancy expert and it turns out Gavin has a low sperm count. Dawn and Pete renew their wedding vows. The sun's out and everyone comes down to Barry for a day at the beach. Then it's Nessa and Dave's wedding and it's going all smoothly till Smithy interrupts the wedding and it ends with the marriage not happening. 6 months go by and it's revealed Stacey's now pregnant and Smithy knows some Welsh.
Yeah, what's occurring?
Finally, a few years have passed till we're at the 2019 Christmas special. Gavin and Stacey now have 3 kids, Christmas is in Wales this time and they go to the pub on Christmas Eve. We get a beautiful karaoke from Bryn and Nessa singing Fairy Tale of New York. Bryn has a nightmare cooking the Christmas dinner, Smithy's girlfriend Sonia comes along and meets everyone, however she doesn't really fit in and leaves early. But the ending left us all gobsmacked as Nessa proposes to Smithy, and we didn't get to see his answer, so now you're all caught up ready for the finale on Christmas Day. How did I do, Ness?
Tidy.
Can't escape from this feeling inside you. Release from heartache, you'll be fine. When the cracks start to lie